There's somebody that wants what you're producing, just like when we produced hip hop. There were people that put a price tag on hip hop and packaged it up, harnessed it, and sold it around the world. So, in my view, when you look at family and children and everything else, yes, it's not easy to acquire. It is expensive. I'm gonna say that it's probably easier though to raise children than it is to like deal with a job that you hate for 30 years that isn't going to ever give you anything in return. Or maybe it's neck and neck. I don't know. I know the difference is that when I go to work at that job and I give that job 100,000 hours of my free time and I give that job my energy, my attention, my stress, and everything else, and I work myself into an early grave over this job and all the stress that it causes me, I think the big question is to ask, what are you getting in return for that? What are you getting in return for that? Because here's the deal. Look, raising children can be stressful too. Raising children is expensive as well. Raising children takes lots of time. It takes lots of attention. But if you raise the child properly, then you get a good return on investment as opposed to that job, which doesn't give you much of a return on investment. It gives you temporary income for sure, but it does not give you something that's actually viable and protects you financially long term, right? So don't think, I would not think of children as just an expense or as a waste. And I just say that I'm very passionate about this because when my mother got older and both my parents had cancer, their three children, the three of us, we showed up for them every single possible way that we could. We literally made sure they had no worries. We made sure every bill was paid, the cars paid off, vans paid off, finances handled. What you need, what you need, what you need, Daddy. We got you, Mama. We got you. You can't put a price tag on that. You can't put a price tag on that. And I'd be damned if you tell me that they would have been better off saying, well, we can't afford kids and then spent, the 70s, 80s, and 90s living their best life. Okay, you could do that. It's fine. But the three of us would not be here to make sure that you were good. Which really they really needed us the most of probably about the age 60. 60 and beyond was when they really kind of needed us coming through in certain ways. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you how things work and what I'm noticing in terms of what we're missing. When they taught us that families are less valuable than a damn corporate job, man, to hell with those stupid corporations. They don't love you. They care nothing about you. And even and I saw a video today that really made me think too. There was a lady who was talking about how like we'll go to work and our boss says jump Negro and we say how high. We do exactly what the boss says. We don't ask questions. We don't talk back. But then some of us we get with our spouse and our spouse says I need this from you. Or I need you to do this and do that. And we want to have an attitude. Men and women do it. She was talking about women, but I think men as well. It's like, why would I respect my boss but disrespect my spouse? Your boss don't love you. Your boss cares nothing about you. Your job cares nothing about you. Why would you give more? Well, because my boss gives me money. A guy told me that. He told me that his girlfriend disrespects him pretty badly, his child's mother. And he asked her, he said, why do you disrespect me but you respect your boss? And she said, well, because my boss gives me money. And I said, yeah, that's a plantation mentality. We've always believed that honoring Massa was more important than honoring each other. And I think that that's despicable. Because I said you're the father of her child. Like that, if that doesn't deserve honor, like he literally helped you to create the most important human being in your life. Why would you think that he was less important than the guy who gives you a measly, weak ass little paycheck every week, who will fire you on a Tuesday just because it's Tuesday? That makes no sense. Priorities are backward.